Hello everyone, welcome to the ichimokucharts.com daily analysis for gold for Monday, July 15th, 2013. Well, a continuation of the trend to the upside today, and the candle we're analysing here is this second last candle, and the chart that last candle is currently developing. But we have an indecisive spinning top, almost doji type candle for today's trading. A lot of indecision in this market. For the previous two trading sessions, we have very small bodied candles, and that's following some very bullish activity, a succession of 1, 2, 3, 4 candles with a white body, and the white body was increasing in size as the trend continued on its way. Unfortunately for the buyers that were supporting that trend, they interacted with the round number level of resistance at 1300, and also with the area around the Kijun-sen. We have seen price rejection from there. We haven't seen the market able to breach that level. Having said that, however, if we look at the market attempting to sell off from the test around that level, it hasn't been strong. We've had very small body candles, and the area at 1266 has held as support now. And if we look here previously, it has been an area of resistance, and we should expect that area to hold as support for trading over the next week or so. A breach above the 1300 level will be important if this market is going to trade to higher levels. And if we do see the market find some decent upside momentum, we could see the market trading substantially higher, even to the 1329 level, or even perhaps up to around 1380. With this indecisive candle, there is some doubt about continuation of that trend, but also doubt about whether the market will have any find the strength to trade down to lower levels as well. So that's exactly what these type of candles are, indecisive. But the important factor here is that indecision means that the buyers are no longer supporting this trend to the upside. Now, in terms of the Fibonacci extension, we're examining the relationship of the first time frame uptrend to the previous time the market's trending up, and here today for the second trading day out of the past 3 days, we've seen the market interacting with the 100% level, and we have seen some rejection from that level. We tested above there 2 trading periods ago, and today strong rejection from there as well, and it does suggest that that is a strong barrier to this market. That area has coincided also with the Kijun-sen and just above the Kijun-sen, so very, very solid resistance, and if the market is going to trade higher, it will need to trade above that 100% level. If the market does trade above there, and we do have the market trading above those other important areas of resistance at 1300 round number, we have a target at the 161.8% level at 1348. In terms of the Fibonacci retracement, we're in an expansive mode of that. We've traded up through there in a fairly bullish manner through the 100% level, and now there is a possibility of the market testing to the 161.8% level around the 1304 level, coinciding with strong resistance around that 1300 area. And a couple of trading periods we were testing roughly around there, and that area coincided roughly with the Kijun-sen, so strong resistance now there around there. Now that the Kijun-sen has moved down, it weakens there around 161.8%, but still could be quite strong. And coinciding with the round number 1300 does mean that it is an important level to breach. Now, in terms of some patterns in the market, and here previously we saw this wedge type pattern that proved to be a good solid pattern, and then a very small pennant type pattern failed to meet the target. The market is now trading up in a second time frame uptrend, and if we're looking bigger picture, if we look at the extent of this trend leading into this pattern, the depth of this pattern, congestion area here is pretty much in line with the measure of this trend to the downside, and it's looking like some sort of a big flag pattern or a some sort of a big wedge pattern, and they tend to be continuation patterns. And what we'll be looking for here is a potential breakout to the downside. So if we do see a close down below the bottom barrier, we could see the market testing substantially lower, and the target would be the length of the trend moving into the pattern projected down from the breakout. Now, there's no assurance that this pattern will break out to the downside, so let's be aware of that. So what we want is confirmation. This pattern could actually break out to the upside. They don't tend to be reversals, but that is a possibility. So if we do see a close up above the top barrier of the pattern, we could see the market testing to a level in line with the width at the highest, at the widest point projected up. So that could give us an area, if we break out in the next couple of days, up around the bottom of the cloud, and that would be in line with the market finding resistance up around the Ichimoku cloud. In terms of Ichimoku, obviously a bearish market in the long-term time frame. The market's trading down below the cloud, and when the market was trading down around this 1200 level, it did look a little bit overextended in the distance we were trading away from the cloud. The market has been attempting to retrace back up towards the cloud, but finding now some solid resistance around the 1300 level and around the Kijun-sen. We are still technically trading below the Kijun-sen and have been for some time, and it has held as very strong resistance to this market. And if we look back here, it's been some time since the market has breached that level. If we do see a breach of the Kijun-sen, and especially in a bullish manner over the next few days, it may highlight a substantial change in sentiment in this market and could set this market up for a potential solid appreciation to the upside. But having said that, there is still a possibility, and a very strong possibility, that this Kijun-sen will hold as resistance for the next couple of days as well. In terms of the Tenkan-sen, we are now trading up above the Tenkan-sen, so obviously a bullish market in that short-term time frame. We can see the white body candles as the market's been trading up above there. A likely scenario is that the market may find resistance from around this area, sell off and find support down around the 1250 area where the Tenkan-sen is trading, and that is a good possibility. If we look at the market and how it's been trading around the Tenkan-sen, it's been quite some time since we've been trading around the Tenkan-sen, so we have had a change of sentiment. The buyers are now a little bit stronger in this market, and that does suggest a possibility of them perhaps selling off to a degree, testing down to around the 1266 level, bouncing off there and trading through the 1300 level if the buyers can find some solid upside momentum. So let's be aware of that. Technically the trend is up in that second term time frame. We have a series of higher peaks and higher troughs. Now here we have trough, a peak, a higher trough and a higher peak as we took out the 1266 level. So really indecision in this market at the moment. We do need to watch for a breakout up above this 1300 level, or a breakout down below this 1266 level.